So I wanted to make this first video as really an intro to learning CW and to kind of get everything set up in your mind at least, and your equipment and getting a certain mode of thinking as far as learning CW is concerned. So when we start learning CW, there are a couple of parameters I wanted to make sure that we have set from the get-go. There are a couple of things that we can set, and that is the CW, how many words per minute, for example. I like to set it at 18 words a minute. I think that is a great starting point. You can set it at 20. I'll be doing my videos at 18, but I think doing it at 18 words a minute is fast enough to make you not be able to count the dits and the das, but it is also slow enough where you can kind of comprehend what's going on from a dit and da standpoint. And it's also fast enough so that when you are doing, or at least when you're starting to get faster and faster, the bridge from 18 words a minute to 22 words a minute, for example, is not a huge leap. And then once you get to 22, which is, a respectable speed, you can easily get to 25 and, start to grow from there. So my first recommendation is to set everything at 18 words a minute. And I have a CW logic key keyer here that I have set up to one of my CW paddles. And I've got it set to 18 words a minute, and it sounds like this. That's about as fast as it goes. I'll do a V. So that's a V and a V. And that's about as fast as it goes. That might sound pretty fast, but you'll get used to it. And as we start to learn letters, and that's what this whole education piece is about, is learning letters, numbers, prosigns, and punctuation. We're going to go through all of the letters, all of the numbers, all of the prosigns, and, well, I should say at least 4 prosigns. And then a couple of pieces of punctuation, like a period, a comma, a slash, dash, and a couple other things. So set everything to 18 words a minute. That was the word test. That's a T. And then there's an E. And then the S, which is your classic SOS, right? And then a T. So a T. There's TEST. So that's as fast as 18 words a minute is considered. Now, the other thing I want to also talk with you about is the tone. I have my tone on my keyer. This is a programmable keyer. I can set it at whatever tone I want. It's at 720 hertz. So you can change it if you want to. And with this one, you can actually program it by sending stuff through the CW paddle. So if I do this, and if I do a T, I just sent it 7.7, which is 770 hertz, which means it'll be a little bit higher in tone. But I think that's a little bit high for me, but you will want to maybe see what sounds good for you. Some people like a lower tone. Like I'll change it, the tone to like 680. So that's 680. So that's 680 hertz. I like 720. Some people like 700. That's kind of a round number. But I have all of my stuff set to 720 hertz. That's 680. I'm going to set it back to 720. So that's 720. And you'll see I'll unplug this keyer here and pop it right into my Yaesu 101 MP, and you'll see that if I change the CW pitch, it shows really quickly. I can go all the way down to 500 and something, or maybe even lower, but I like it right at 720. And you can use your radio as a keyer also. You don't need a special external keyer like this, but I'm going to use this on some of my videos because it's got a nice loud speaker. And I've got the speaker on this thing cranked up, and I don't know if it really sounds super great. But as long as you have the CW mode on your radio, and you take the break in and take it off, and also if you have a Vox on, turn that off, you'll be able to, that's a V, you'll be able to do whatever you want with your radio. You can crank it up to or down to 13 words a minute. It's a little slow. Let's bring it up to 18 words a minute. I think that's much better. So we're going to be running things at 18 words a minute. I'm going to have the CW pitch at 720. I think that's a great an audio range that's really desirable for at least for my ear. I like the way it sounds. And over the years, it's just been trial and error on what I like the best. I used to be at more like 700, which let's bring that to 700. That sounds pretty good too. You almost can maybe split the difference. There's 710. Almost no difference. And then 720. There you go. So that was QST I just sent, which is calling all amateurs. That means you, CW fans. So we're going to go with 18 words a minute. We're going to do very wide spacing, like 3 words a minute spacing when we start doing our practice. It'll be like, let me put this back into my keyer here. We're going to learn the E and the T, and it's just going to be, was that an E or a T? That was a T. That was an E. That was a T. So you already learned E and T today just by watching this video. E, T. And we like to use the phrase dits and das to designate whether it's a dot or a dash, because really it's an audio type thing that we're trying to learn here, and not like a visual like dash and dot. So we'll say it's a dit when it's an E, and it's a da when it's a T. So it kind of sounds like that, like a dit and a da, dit, da. So that's an E, dit. That was a T. You notice the difference between those two, the E and the T? Those are the fundamental building blocks of CW. E, T. Was that another T? Yet another one. So you can see how we're going to do this. I don't think anyone needs to be seeing my face through this whole video, so what I'm going to do is set up some kind of a something where you can maybe just see the CW paddle or something. So the videos that I want to make that are going to go forward, which are going to build onto each other, are going to be really useful for people that just want to listen. This isn't really like a video. I don't know if there's anything really to look at or to watch. And I think if you want to listen to this while you're laying in bed at night trying to fall asleep, this might be a good thing to help you fall asleep. But if you're driving in the car, just having it on and listening to some of the letters that we're practicing and we're building upon. These lessons will build on each other and will be one after the other, so I will know that you already know what an E and a T is, and we'll start adding letters, and we'll see if we can get some practice going here and get to a point where we're starting to learn the letters. That is going to be the very first thing you do. You need to understand and learn all of the letters, then all of the numbers, some punctuation, and then a couple of prosigns. You're going to have to just learn them to the point where when I go like this, you're going to automatically know that's a Q, right? Or this. You can say, oh, that's a V. You recognize that? That was just a Q I just sent you a couple moments ago. So you're going to want to do this instant character recognition thing that everyone talks about. So you're going to just go, that was an E, about as fast as you possibly can. I'll talk about this in future videos, but we're going to go that route. Now, these set of videos is only for people that really do not want to commit to like a full-time effort, or going through Long Island CW Club, which is probably the preferred way of learning CW if you really want to get at it. So stop this video and go there. But if you really don't want to commit the time, commit the energy, commit the resources, and you just want to take a casual approach to learning, hopefully these videos will help you. And that's the whole reason why I'm creating these videos, is so that you can have something that you can listen to. You can supplement these certainly with Code Ninja. Code Ninja has a ton of videos out there for different like letter groups and stuff like that. But that's kind of intimidating sometimes, unless you really jump in there and try to figure out what you want to do. I'm hoping that this is going to be a guiding course for you to figure out how you can use Code Ninja and learn letters, numbers, punctuation, and prosigns. So don't forget prosigns. Those are the combination letters that actually mean stuff like SK means, over and out, right? So anyways, CW on, my friends. Thank you for watching. And we're going to do some CW fun over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to start pumping out some videos. I know they're not like the super best quality, but I don't have like a lot of cool stuff here and a lot of capabilities, but hopefully it's going to be about as rudimentary as we can get, so we can at least get you to start learning the letters, numbers, punctuation, and prosigns. So any questions, please drop them in the comments, and thanks for watching.